Okay, thank you so much, Amar, for handing over the sharing to me. Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for rejoining. Welcome back. A warm welcome and good evening to all of you. So, how have you been? Good evening, everybody. Good. Yes, I'm doing very good. Thank you, Harshit, for asking. Right. Good evening. All. Okay. Okay, let's take 5 minutes off before we start and discussing today's agenda, yesterday's homework, etc. Before that, first things first, am I audible? Loud and clear? Okay, very good. Okay, right. Thank you for confirming. I'm shortly going to start my screen, but before that, if you have any queries, let me know. If you have any doubts, just ask me. Acha, one concern is that some of you have voiced that I have not answered you. I am I feel very bad to hear that. Okay. Sorry about that. Too many messages keep on coming. That is why it might be an issue. Okay. So yeah, you can gather your thoughts. 2 minutes I'm giving you, and then we will start off. Okay. Okay. Right. I have put a question to all of you in the DM. Amar, I guess you might be having a few participants in the YouTube as well. Yeah. Okay. So I'm putting the question here also. Just
Yes.
realize that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I will forward that.
Yeah. So Anyway, they can see my screen. What are the types of methods supported in tuples? So this was your homework. So ideally, you should be able to tell me this. Okay, I'm making a note of your doubts. Rakshita, Poonam, Aisha, accountant. Okay, Max, Min. Okay, making a list of your doubts. Let me not miss it. Tuple. Okay. Nikhil, tuple should be, you should be telling me what is tuple. Xenia, count length. Okay, I think I don't count length. Okay. Nobody raise your hand. Please type in DM. Hello, hello to you. Hello. Relative data. Some count index, Shweta length. Okay, yeah, I have made a note. Reverse. Okay, Sanjay says reverse. Reverse. That's Sai, that's not my question. Please, everybody. Okay, Shreyasi index length count. Okay, I have made a note of it. Okay, my question is, what are the methods that are supported in tuple? Please understand the question. Sort index count. Okay. I think all of you are more or less correct. So what are then missing, which is different from list? What are the methods that are missing? Some. Okay. Yes, I understand now. Good, everybody. Yeah, Harshit, we cannot change tuple. So what are the methods that are missed out? You have told me these, right? Max, min, index, length, count. Some of you have said reverse. Mostly this is what all of you have been telling me, right? So quickly tell me what are the functions which are there, methods that are there in, yeah, good. Akshata, insert, correct. Okay. Okay, Sanjeevani, the teacher. So you don't have remove, you don't have insert, you don't have append, you don't have extend, right? Yes, correct. We cannot insert element in tuple with the help of index. Good. Acha. So quick question. Rack your brains to understand my question now. Think through. Since lists and tuples are more or less same, right? Then why two different data types? Why these two different data types? One mutable, one immutable. Correct. That is okay. That's what I'm saying. It's immutable. In tuple, we can't edit data. That is correct. But why then are there two different types? I could have had lists only, where you can edit data as well as simply store data. Okay, Harshit gives me an interesting answer. Sometimes we need our data not to be changed. In that case, tuple is there. Okay, Aisha is telling me so the third party don't change data. Okay, I will take that. No, Gayatri Devi, both cases, it's same, right? List also can have integers, strings, complex, tuples also can have it. It's not what data they can store. It is the question of mutability and immutability. Yes, right. I will take that. People who are saying that sometimes the data should be protected, maybe a view only access, correct? Right? So another reason what might be there is, which I figured out, is that sometimes what happens with lists, again, this is an example of Python's dynamic memory management. Remember day one, we had discussed this when one of you asked that why don't we actually get to work with the memory in Python? Correct, Suresh. Less space, sir. Yes. Yes, good, Aman. Lists consume more memory. Correct. You know why they consume more memory, Aman? Can you tell this? Aman is saying lists consume more memory, tuple consumes less memory. Why? I will give it to Aman. It's correct. But why they consume more memory? Suresh and Aman, I give it to you. But no, no. Because what happens when is because of insert, append, extend, whatever. Is kept for lists, but not so with tuples. Yes, this is one important method, important reason. Yeah, I know there was a bit of issue with my internet. I think now it's resolved. I understand. Yes, my voice was breaking. Now I accept it. It's resolved. Okay. Good. Now, so we have now a thorough, let's quickly recap, guys. What have we learned till now? Tell me quickly, what have we learned till now? And how comfortable do you feel you are with the topics that you have learned till now? Give me a complete list. Okay, all of you. Operators. Then what? Rules of grammar. Rules of grammar. Then what? Operators. What operators we have learned? Numbers, strings, lists. Correct, Sanjay. Identifiers, data types, binary operators. Good. Various types of operators, basically. Numeric data types, string data types, list data types, tuple data types. We also learned about loops and loop control statements and if-else statements. Okay. And above all, we learned list comprehension. Good. Yes, right. Those of you are saying list comprehension, list methods, you're correct. Okay. I will take the other two assignments towards the end of the class. Please keep your programs ready. I expect you have tried at least whatever you have done. Just keep them ready. Okay. So today, we will take the last major data type, which is known as dictionaries. Okay, so a dictionary is a, sorry about that. So dictionary is a hashed data type. Now, how many of you have heard this term hashed data type? What is a hashed data type? Sankini, difference between tuples and lists. Tuples are immutable, lists are mutable. Okay, hash data type. Yeah, Aisha says pair values. Go. Okay. What do you mean by a pair value? Let's understand this. Let's take an example over here. What does this remind you of, this photo? Locker, correct? Yeah, it's a locker. So to open the locker, you need to use the key and open it, right? So with each locker, each key concept. So when you have the key, then you can open the locker and retrieve the contents of the locker. Similarly, a dictionary basically is an associative array, also known as hashes. Any key of the dictionary is associated or mapped to a value. The values of a dictionary can be any Python data type. So dictionaries are unordered key value pairs. Okay, so no serial number basically over here. A dictionary key can be almost any Python type, but are usually numbers or strings. Values can be any arbitrary Python objects. They are enclosed by curly braces, and each key is separated from its value by a colon. Dictionaries are mutable. Okay, what I want you to do quickly, open up your LMS, open this slide number 100. All of you can access LMS now. I hope all of you can access it. So go to the slide number 100 and read this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points that are there. Then we will discuss it. I know it's a bit boring to read through such long, lengthy lines, but it will give you some idea of what is the next data type. Ishika didn't get. No, Harshit, I don't know in what sense you're saying it's ordered. Because it's actually like I can randomly create any key value. So how do you tell them as ordered? Okay, I will show you what I mean. That's this also, it's no problem. You're not disturbing me. Please ask all the questions you want. You should have your concepts absolutely clear. We will discuss this, okay? We will discuss it. Ishika, have you registered? We go through this slide. I'm giving you 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to go through it. Then I will actually create a dictionary for you and show how it works. No, friends, you can't download the slides. You can see them in your LMS only. Which part is slide 5? No, it is the first part, Zenia. Harsh, is it like structure as in C? Ah, okay. Data structure somewhat, but not exactly. Okay, thanks, Aisha. Visiting purpose? No, Swaroop, it's for reading purpose and referring. Let me create a dictionary in the meanwhile. Suppose let's take a dictionary of dict of my life. Okay, wake up. Let's go time. Say 7 a.m. Okay. No. Number. Office time. See? It is 9 a. 9. Okay. Employee ID. It is, see? 008769. Okay. So how does the dict of my life look? So you see, various things are put in here, which resembles a key value pair. Do you see the key? What is this key telling you? It is saying certain action, certain event, and its corresponding value. Correct? So Harshit, do you see it's not actually ordered that way? Correct. So it's not ordered, but you can order it. There are methods to order it. We will look at it. Okay. Yeah. So here now, you see there are various items separated by a comma, and each key has its corresponding value separated by a colon. Okay. Dictionaries are mutable. So that means I can change the value of a key by doing this small trick. I need 1 hour more sleep, huh? So this is how I can change it. I can remove it also. Now, if I have to insert one more value, what do I do? Can you tell me? Tell me. So, okay, do all those methods work? Insert. Do I have insert? No, I don't have a called insert here. Okay. Nor do I have anything called append. So the most easiest way to do it is just introduce a new key like this and its value. You can empty a dictionary and make it a blank one by doing this. You can remove the entire dictionary by using the del method. Right. So quickly create a dictionary, make it as innovative as possible, insert new key value pairs to it, update it, delete it, check out all these things that I've done and tell me. You need to do this on your own for you to remember it and grasp it. Hashed key value pair is a bit of a new concept, so you need to inspect this very carefully. So whatever you're doing, you need to quickly understand also what's happening. Yeah, clear also we can use. It clears off the list, makes it blank. Delete drops the entire list, the dictionary, sorry. So one by one you can give Xenia. Yeah. Which site? No, not sure with your question, Ayush. What do you mean by which site? Okay, what I have told you to do is I have shown you just now what is a dictionary. I've shown you how to create a dictionary, how to update it, how to insert a new key value pair, how to delete it, how to make it blank. I want you to please create a dictionary on your own and do all of these activities and verify that which I've done is correct or not. Okay, you also need to please try it out. People on YouTube, those who are watching on YouTube, I hope you have got my question. Amar, please pass on their doubts, if any, to me. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Okay, good, Sanjay. Sanjay, don't make the dict name as dict, and that too with a capital D. Remember, that's reserved for classes. Okay, Shweta. You need to first initialize with a blank list, dictionary in this case. Otherwise, it won't work. Just check out if it does. Shanti, yes, Shanti, you are correct. Wish. Why that empty curly bracket? Wish asks me. That empty curly bracket is because you're creating a blank dictionary. A dictionary without any members in it. You're right, Revati. Good, yes. Small d is used when we define a class. It is a good practice to start the name with the capital italicized. For any other identifier, we always use lower cases. Yeah, Shweta. Right, good. I didn't understand, Harshit. What do you say? A variable as a key? Can repeat. Okay. I will show you that. I got your point, Harshit, what you're saying. I will show you that. Okay, hold on. Achha. Okay. Now, next, what do we see then? What are the methods associated? Sanjay, how can I change object name take to another? No, Sanjay, you can't. You have to drop it. Okay. Quick. Now, important methods in dictionary. What are the important methods? Let's look at it. Let me create a dictionary again. This one, same thing. So if I want to get the list of keys that are there in a dictionary, just the list of keys. Okay, so I use the method called keys. It actually returns an object called dict_keys, which can be typecasted into a list. Okay, what type of object is this? Let's look at it. Class of dictionary underscore keys. You can, however, type cast it into a list as follows and store the output in a list. Okay. Or even a tuple for the matter, you could have typecasted it into a tuple. So what if, make a smart guess, guys. What if I want to get the list of values that is present in a dictionary? Yes, good. Values, good. You guys have guessed it correctly. Correct. So values, there's another method called values. What does this do? So it gives an object called dict underscore values, which gives you separately the values of a list, the corresponding values of a dictionary in the form of a dict values object, which again you can typecast into a list. Okay, list, or why not a tuple this time for a difference? Let's say I will typecast it into a tuple. Okay. Now, what if I want to get the combination of dictionary keys and values separately? Okay, so in this case, we use a method called items. You see, it's something like a list of tuples, but it's actually a object called as dict underscore items. So again, this we can typecast into a tuple or a list. See, now we get a tuple of tuples. Okay. Now, one question coming for you guys. I need you to think, try this out, and show me the program. Loop through a dictionary that you have created just now. And tell me by writing a program how you can print the keys and values together. Something like this. Should come like this. Key 1, value 1. Next line, key 2, value 2. Okay. Key 3, value 3. Got the question? Have you got the question, everybody? Okay, quick probe from my side. What loop will you use here? Previously not, yes sir. Tell me what loop will you use? Okay, Sudhakar says for Zenia says for loop. Ketaki for loop, Shatarupa for loop, Aman for loop. Okay. Saida for loop, Vaishnavi for loop. Okay. Okay, Monica for loop. Okay, why will you use a for loop? Why not a while loop? Satvika is saying while loop. Okay, why won't you use a while loop? What do you think? Okay, good, Shreyasi. Yes, correct, for loop. But why will you use a for loop? Now, my question is, there is no condition. We just have to iterate and print. Okay, that's a point taken. So we have to actually, so we are not evaluating something while the condition is true. See, I want you to understand this very subtle difference. That's why again and again, I'm repeating this point. See, in the case of a loop where we have to print individual elements of a list, tuple, dictionaries, It is like we take out one element at a time and print out. So we use the for loop. But if there was a condition where we had to execute the loop while a certain condition was true, then we would have used while loop. Okay. Correct. Yeah, Shreyasi, not no condition exactly. It is like the condition is true, but it's not like till a while condition is not there. So I will take yours. Yes, Monica, condition is correct. Okay. Okay, good. Farooq has already given me the code also. You guys are actually going full steam. Very good. Good. Harshal says me something interesting. We don't know how many iterations performed. Actually, we have no condition to tie down the number of iterations performed. Good. For I in age. No, Shweta, that exactly won't work. Amar, if answers are coming in from YouTube, please pass them on also if there are people replying from YouTube. Good. Good, Rishikesh. Yes. Oh, very good. Rishikesh has used the formatted string print. I will I will share Rishikesh's answer. I'm very happy that Rishikesh, you have used this. Friends, you should now start using the formatted keys, formatted strings when you print out some answer. Okay. When you print out your some condition, something, whatever, try and use the formatted strings now. So this is what he says. This is his my dict. Okay. So for my key print. Now what's happening here? You see, basically they are looping through the list of keys and items by using the items method. And there are two iterators now for looping through. One is to store the key and the other is to store the value. So instead of using one iterator now, we have taken two iterators for key comma value. And then you see how well this gels in by using the formatted string. Okay. Achha, by the way, suppose now I will come back to your assignment. Homework. I had asked you to go through the print statement and tell me how you can print all of these, suppose in one line. Say in one line. No, Nikhil, it will give you a complete whole thing, but you need to end off. Separate them out. Yes, good. Who says that end equals to, okay, Yashasvi, good. Manjunatha, good. Roshni, not separator, we will use the end. So yes, if you have gone through the print function properly, you will understand that there's something called as end. Okay, let me see. I will put a space here. End with a space, not with a new line. Or I can even put a pipe to make it even more visible. What happens by default, the print, what it does, once the first line is printed, it puts in ends with a /n, which is a new line. So that the next print, when it comes in that loop, you get the next print as a new line. But using the print end flag and passing a delimiter there, whether it be a space or a pipe or whatever, you can print the entire thing in one line, but separating them by some delimiters. Got it? No, Shreyashi, that's not what I'm saying. See, okay, I will explain it again to you. Maybe my question, you have not got my question. So what I'm saying is that you have to loop through a dictionary, pull out each individual key value, pull out each individual key name, basically, not key value. I will confuse you. Key name and the value of the key. Pull them out individually by looping through the dictionary contents and then print them as a key comma value pair. Key comma value. So what we do here when we use the items method, it creates a object called dict underscore items, which separates out. It's no longer that one key value pair separated by a colon. It is now key is separate, value is separate. So a sort of list of tuples is created with that key value pair. So when we loop through this key value pair, which is separated out, we actually are like looping through a list of tuples and storing key in one iterator called K and value in another iterator called V. Do you follow me, all of you? No problem. There's nothing to be sorry about it. Okay. Just that you need to be very thorough with these concepts. Yeah. You will be using this dictionary looping, list looping, etc. very frequently. So 2-3 things, always be very sure what is it that you're looping through. What loops you are going to use. Mentally, you need to be able to design that properly. Okay. Now, I'm giving you a classwork now. I have told you few important methods till now. I need you to check a few more. One is called pop. There's a pop here also. Same like that list pop, etc. And another one is okay. I will tell you another method which you have to study and tell me is sorted. Sorted. Okay. Because now you will be having a MCQ which is a bit tough, which you will have to work now here. And then I will tell you today's meme. Okay. Also, quickly, another classwork for you. You need to go in through this method function, built-in function called as zip. Quickly. Okay. Zip. Can I get an emphatic yes from you? Thumbs up from all of you that you are okay to do all these. Zip function. Then what did I tell you? The pop method in dictionaries. Third, what did I tell you? You have to understand what does the sorted function do. Okay. Zip to compress. Okay, it's to compress, but not like how you think compressing. Okay, it's not like your zip file. Okay, come on, go do it. Finish it off. Okay, you go through it. I will tell you later. I will tell you by giving you an MCQ. So take 2-3 minutes, all of you. Acha, guys, by the way, if you feel I'm going very fast, please share, let me know. I will try to slow down. But then again, there are many topics and the time is also less, so I can't go very slow. Done, everybody? Is it done? Yeah, Farooq, not just in tuples, it can be list, it can be dictionaries also. We shall see. Yeah, Sanjeevni, correct. Roshali, pop method, remove the item, a specific index. Okay. No, Saima, not the list pop. I see it as the dictionary pop. Farooq, they are more or less one and the same. Only thing is that pop removes based on the index. Yeah. Okay. Correct, Harshit. Good. Now, this then is your classwork. For people who are there in Zoom, I'm sharing with you directly on DM. For people on YouTube, my friends, you will have to either write down each lines or I don't know. If Amar, you can put it up for them on chat, please, if people are there on YouTube.
I'm able to
Thanks.
do that.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay, come on, guys. This is your classwork. I want you to go through each and every statement here, thoroughly understand what is happening. See, inside each of these, you need to actually understand each loop properly, each segment of code properly. Okay, go through the innermost. There are multiple list comprehensions. Understand, remember what I had said yesterday. Tackle with the for loop first. Yes, Pragati, correct. Correct. Okay, Jayant. Right. Now concentrate on this, please. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes. I will give you around 10 minutes. This is a bit complex. So it's okay. You take 10 minutes. We will discuss it also. If you can solve this, then I will understand your concepts of the basic data types are done. What I need you to do is below every line that is there, write down the answer, what is happening. And then all these lines as I've given in the same format, reply back to me. But you can put the answers like this. You can, nahi, you should. Answer this, answer, so and so, like this. Okay? Come on, get started, please. Till 7 o'clock. Then we have our meme of the day. Okay. Shreyasi, what you have to do is, you see that A1 equals to range 10 that you have started, that before that A1, there's a white space. So that is why you are getting the problem. Please remove it. It will work properly. Okay. Yeah. Welcome. Okay. Come on. How many of you have done it? Show of hands, please. All the questions. Okay. Good. So will we do it together? Let's do it together. What say, guys? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Let's do it together. Yeah. Good. Good. Those of you have done it. Very good. Right. Yes. I can see some of your outputs that you have showing me in DM. Very good. I'm very happy. So let's do it together. Let's understand the whole thing now together. Okay. So first question, A0 equals to dict of so and so, zip, so and so, so and so, so and so. Let's understand what this does. Okay. So in first see zip. So zip, as I said, it's a inbuilt function. And as many of you told me that it combines different values together into a sort of a key value pair. Okay. And then what? So we typecast this output from the zip. So this is how A0 will look like. It's a dictionary with keys as A, B, C, D, E and values as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next part. A1 equals to range 10. Somebody today asked me that I was not sure about the range function. So I'm telling you again, range basically generates a range of numbers starting from the point that you are giving, starting point, up till not crossing the number that you have given. So start, comma, stop. So if I give 0, comma 10 and start from 0, generate 10 numbers in total. Okay. So A1 equals to range 0 to 10 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From 0 to 9. Then what? A2 equals to sorted I for I in A1 if I in A0. Now what is A1? It's a range of numbers. So first is the for loop. So I am looping through this range object. Then what? I am also using an if statement inside it. If I in A0 means is I present in the dictionary A0. What is I? A series of numbers from 0 to 9. So do you think this statement will be true at any point of time? I in A0 membership operator, will it be true? So it will never be true. You know why? Because when you check for the presence of something, an item in a key, like this statement, I in A0 in a dictionary, so what is being checked is that if this I or whatever value it currently holds is present as a key in the dictionary. Remember, dictionaries are accessed through keys, not through values. If I am checking for the presence of a particular element in a dictionary, I am actually checking if a particular key by that name is present. Please imprint this in your mind. Okay. So that is why, and sorted what? It sorts a homogeneous list of numbers. It sorts in a ascending order. So what is A2? It should be a blank list. Next. A3 equals to sorted A0S for S in A0. Now this is interesting. So basically, now another list comprehension. What list comprehension? For S in A0, what is A0? It is dictionary. Okay. So basically, I am finding each individual key in the dictionary now. And using that key, which I found out, to create a list of the values, corresponding values of that dictionary, and then sort it. See, essentially what I'm doing is something like this. For S in A0, if I type this out, print F key is S, value is A0S. Now, Harshit, I think you had asked me this question. Can we use variables, not just hard-coded values, for when we refer a key or a value? So here is what we are doing that. Okay. This is an example. Okay, key value pair comes out very beautifully now. So this is done. Next, what? A4. This is another list comprehension. Another list comprehension. What am I doing? First for loop, I'm looping through A1. Who is A1? It's a range of numbers. And then what I'm checking, whatever is the individual value that comes out from each iteration, that number 0, 1, 2, 3, is that number present in A3? What is A3? It's a list of numbers named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is present, then I append that number to the list A4. So what is A4 now? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same as A3. Okay, last what? Last to A5. This is the same concept. Only thing is that I'm creating a dictionary with those numbers. Key value pair C. Key value pair of what? Of that particular number and its square. And last but not the least, here's what is the same thing as a list, not as a dictionary. The same output, but now this time as a list. Okay. So you see these 6 or 7 statements that were there, they encompass all that we have learned till now. If you have not understood this, what I will request you to do is go back, check the recording again, come to the section, pause it, and understand each line that I'm doing and try it out on your own. You should be able to solve it. Yeah, correct. Correct, Roshni. Yes. Okay. So that brings us to closure with the basic data types. So what will be there for you? As you understand, I can't show everything to you right now. This time is scarce. So what you will do on your own is you will go through this concept called Sets, it's another data type in Python. What is your self-study that you have to do is read about sets. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Shreyashi, they're used in sets also, but there's a difference in the way you use them in dictionary and you use them in sets. Go through sets on your own. You will understand what is the difference between a dictionary and a set. Ajay, I will not teach you on PyCharm or anything. I'm going to teach you Python. For me, I use the IDLE because it's the basic. It's easy to explain to many people. Yeah, there's no index. Okay, you didn't get the logic of A3. Harshit says you didn't get the logic. See, Harshit, break it down first into this. Write down what is A0. Okay. A0 is this dictionary. Now, what is this for SNA0? Tell me, what does this do, Harshit? What is this loop doing? Yeah, it is traveling through iterating through the dictionary and getting the keys. So if I say print S, okay, same for you also, Aisha. Please, Zenia, sorry, not Aisha, Zenia. Okay. So what it has done, it has pulled out each individual key from this dictionary. Correct till this point? Next, what it does is, it says A0S. Now, I printed only S. What if I had printed like this? Print A0S. What would have been the output here? What would have the print statement returned? Correct. It will give you the values. Right? So what have you done now? Sorted. So basically, it's a list comprehension A0S for A0. So basically, you're appending this to a list called A0, right? Sorry, A3. So A3, if I say it's blank list. Oh, sorry. A3. It's a blank list. So effectively, what am I doing? I am saying A3 dot append A0S. Right? This is what we have done here. A3, and only to make sure that everything's sorted, I've done sorted A3. Clear? Okay. Correct. Okay, Nikhil says, please explain again A6. Right, Nikhil? Absolutely, I will explain. Nikhil, this is again the same thing you're inserting, appending into a list called A6, but what are you appending? You are appending something. So Nikhil, what you do is you break down this, as I showed Harshit and Zenia for their question. What you do is you break it down now in this for I in A1 colon A6 dot append what? This list I comma I star I. Okay, it's like this. For I in A1. Okay. So you do let me do on A6 only, although it is populated. A6 dot append what? I am appending a list here. I into I. That's it. What is A6? Forget that. Yeah, I have repeated it because A6, I had not made it a blank list. So that is why you got a problem. Okay. Got it? Clear? Okay, good. No doubts, right, on this topic? We are clear till here. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Omkar, for confirming. Thank you. Okay, then the meme of the day. Okay, thank you, Sharishma, madam. Okay, so the meme of the day. What's your question, Roshni? I think I answered, no? No, I will tell that towards the end. Okay, I've made a note of your question. Not at all, Pragati. It's very easy. Start doing it. Then you will understand that it's easy. Okay. Pragati is asking me, don't you think it's very tough? Not at all. It's very easy. Actually, you're doing it for the first time, so you are getting a bit of complexity. And since it's a bit different from the traditional way we do programming, so you are getting inconvenienced. Okay, now, yeah. I'll show you something interesting from our day-to-day programming. Go through this entire sequence of pictures properly. Then I will tell you what's the story behind this. Zenia, I will come to that answer. Please remind me, Zenia or Roshni, towards the end of the class. Okay. So even Roshni has this question, so I will answer it. Okay. Please remind me towards the when I give the time to ask your doubts. Please remind me. Don't drop off, both of you. Come on. Go through this picture. So, see, this actually happens, huh? And all that's a joke, but you need to be aware this will happen to you also. And as a programmer or as an analyst, you start working, so you will understand this is a big reality. Those of you who are already working, I can see that you're sending me smiley icons and all, because you can immediately correlate to it. Okay, see, this is what happens in software companies many times. Why only software companies? In any company where the customer gives a requirement. Requirement is this. The customer explained like this. The project leader. Okay, the project leader means who is handling the entire project. Programmers, designers, everybody reports into the project leader. This is how the project leader understood it. See, already differences coming in. Then the analyst, the designers. This is how the analyst designed it. And see programmers, how they wrote the code. Okay. And how the business consultant described it. The guy who is making the money, who's pitching it, doing the pre-sales, and the person who is responsible for getting the requirements, etc., etc. That person described it like this. They always will put in more grandiose stuff. Any business consultants here, please pardon me. Yeah, but that's a first-hand experience. And this is dangerous. These are how projects are documented. That is why I tell you, be very, very, very cautious with every code you write. You should have its documentation, what this code is doing, why you are using this and that, this function, that function. What operations installed, the operations team, the DevOps team, what they installed, and how the customer was built. See, every project that comes in, no, the customer, especially services project, so there are people working. So per hour, per man hours, they call it. How each person, how many persons are there, how many hours they have totally worked. Based on that, billing is there, say $1,500 or something like that. Okay. How it was supported. how the support teams comes in, and what the customer really needed. You understand the entire loop? Yes, correct, Nikhil. It occurs because less communication with customer, less communication with internal teams. Correct. Yes, Shreyashi, good example. Shreyashi is saying, yeah, just like if we write infinite code, our system will crash, screen will jam. Yes. So if you actually don't understand your requirements properly, it becomes like that infinite code. You go on and on and on, and still there are errors, there are mistakes. Manjunatha says, so the operations installed what the customer needed are closed. Is that a coincidence? Maybe they each understand each other the best, Manjunatha. That's what I can tell. Okay. Yeah. So we all take back something even from our smiles and our tears. So take back, what do you take back as a programmer? The project documentation, you have to be very careful about it. How the programmer wrote it. Write your code, run a piece of it, show the output to the customer or to your superiors if you can. Correct. Yes. Okay. Good. So let's take a 5-minute break. I will keep it short today because I have to finish the functions part of it. So let's take a quick 5-minute break. Stretch out, relax a bit, try going through the stuff that I've told you. Come back. Let's reassemble at 7:25. Okay. No, today is not a last lecture. We will have another 2, 3 more lectures wherein we will finish off classes and objects. Okay. Chalo. Come on. Let's reassemble at 7:25. So I am back, and we have a minute more till the break finishes. So you can ask me your questions in the meanwhile. A minute. Oh, it's already 7:25. Sorry, you will have to wait. Okay. So now what topic are we going to take up? So my agenda today is at least to finish off functions, and if time permits, which I doubt, start off with modules and namespaces. Yeah. Functions. We have discussed functions before. Can you give me an example of a function quickly from a real life? From a real life perspective, what is the example of a function? Your screen is shared now, Farooq. Please look properly. A toaster's function is to make toast. Good. Yes, I take that. Function means set of instructions given to code and which is stored with a name. Important point, Nikhil, it has a name. In real life, function means programs. Pragati, function means something which executes some functionality repeatedly. That will be more apt to say. You're close, okay? Good, Venkat, reusability of code. Harshit, we eat. Yes, we eat. Correct. So eating is a function, right? Yeah, good. Okay, so few things which comes in. Function is used. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm coming to that. Yeah. We thinking. I'm coming, Shweta, to the specifics of it. Namrata, block of code which only runs. Good point, Namrata. Block of code which only runs when it is called. So do you think function is actually stored somewhere on memory? Yeah, right, Nishant. Yeah, correct. Coffee machine, yes. But do you think function is stored in memory? No. Yes. Correct. Function has to be stored in some memory, right? Because it's reusable. If you save it as a file, it will be stored in the read-only memory. And when you load it, then it's stored in the RAM. Or if you just write it temporarily in your IDLE and execute it, it's stored in the RAM. So it's stored in memory and it is executed whenever it is called. So there are two aspects to a function. You have to, what are the aspects? Let's see. So what function has to have a name, right? Function has to be defined. You have to first define what the function is doing. Then you have to invoke the function to execute it. Correct? Functions may or may not. What functions may or may not have? What may or may not functions have? Yes, good. We may pass arguments. Correct. May or may not have input arguments. Functions may or may not have output arguments. Output values, sorry, return values, also called return values. Functions may or may not have lines of code. That also somebody said, I think, who was it? Okay, somebody said that. Yeah, Roshni. So here, mostly it is called by reference, okay? Now let's actually see what a function does. We will start building our own functions. Okay, here it is. So functions are defined by using the keyword def, inbuilt keyword def. Now suppose I want to define a function to find to find number is even or odd. Find two. Okay. Def eval num eve odd. Okay. So what will my number have? What will my function have? I will pass an argument to it, which is the number, right? Then what? I give a colon. And then I say, if number %2 is equals to 0, then what? What should I do? I should say it is even. So I return a flag saying return is the keyword to say that the function returns this value. Return even. Else what? Return odd. So I have defined a function. It's stored in my memory now. Read only random access memory. Now I will call this function with some number, say 2. So it returns the outcome as it's an even number. Or if I had returned, say 23, if I had sent 23, it would have returned as odd. Yes. Invoke, correct? Okay. So this, in a nutshell, is what a function is, what it does, what you have to do to create a function and then to invoke it. Okay. Now we will concentrate a bit first on the arguments of a function. So functions can have arguments passed to it. They may not have any arguments passed to it, as we discussed. They may have default arguments. They may have variable arguments. So let's look at each one of these. Okay, suppose. Tell me now, guys, suppose I want to find my favorite example is, because it's easiest, is find the area of a circle. Okay, area of a circle is too stale. I've been using it for the last couple of classes. What is the area of a cube? What is the area of a cube? Hey there, all of you. Forgot? Area of a cube. (4a square). What are you saying? L cube, correct. L cube. Okay. Side into side into side, right? L cube. Okay, so let's find the area of a cube. So what do you say? Def area underscore cube. Now, so I have to pass the side value. Okay, so let me say I will take as an input for this function a parameter called side. Suppose the user forgets to pass a length, or the length, basically the length of the cube, a side, whatever we call it. So we will anticipate it and say by default, if user doesn't pass any value for the length, I will consider that the length is 3 meters, suppose, or 3 centimeter. Now what? Return. What is the area? Side exponentiation 3. Okay. Now what if I pass a 10? So this is my area of cube. What if I don't pass anything? Then also it works fine. So this is called as a default argument. So it's a default argument. Yeah. What other things can we do now? So this is first thing that you have seen, default argument. There may be situations, and look, friends, these are things you have studied before. Keyword arguments, keyword variable arguments. but let's revise it because these concepts are a bit tricky. Okay, so suppose, let's take this example. The example of so we have a particular student. We are having the roll number of a student and the marks the students have obtained. Now, each student may not have a same set of papers. Suppose student A has physics, chemistry, maths as the papers for which the student has taken the exams. A student B might have physics, chemistry, maths, and statistics. So you see, in such cases, you are not sure when you define the function, you're not sure how many arguments need to be passed to this function. In such cases, what you have to do is you have to do something called as a variable argument. You have to pass variable arguments. So you have to tell the interpreter, I am not sure how many arguments have to be passed now. I can tell you only at runtime. So how do we create a variable argument pattern? This is how do we do it. Def say student marks. Okay, let me say student name over here, name, and I'm saying star marks. The star means I'm telling the interpreter there will be variable number of arguments coming here. Okay, and this then will be sent, this marks that you see when we are calling this function, this will come in the form of a tuple. So we can loop through this tuple and say print f student name is name marks is so what, let's say ITR. Now let's see what the fun is all about. Okay, that's it. Now when I call this, let me say I'm calling for student, say let me get Farooq. Okay, so Farooq has got suppose marks as 10, 20, 30. We don't know what papers are. We know there he has 3 papers. So Farooq's marks are 10, 20, 30. Do you see? This works perfectly fine now. So I've sent 3 marks over here. And say for another student, let's say Tejas. Tejas has got only 2 papers. Say 20 and say 15. So here's what the gist is all about. It means that we actually can manipulate our functions to pass as many arguments as we need, even without knowing initially. Okay, so this is something very dynamic. What now, friends, if now here one limitation is I can't see what is this paper for which these marks have come. What if I have to pass a combination of paper name, a subject name, and the marks? Something like a hashed key value pair. Then what do? We use something called as a star. It's called as a KW or keyword variable arguments. This is called as args. Okay, it's variable arguments, and this is KW args, keyword variable arguments. Double star means KW args, star means args. So this now comes in the form of actually a dictionary. So we will treat it like a dictionary. This marks is now in the form of a dictionary. So we will use the items method and say subject is say K and marks obtained is V. Nikhil, this F means it's a formatted string operator. It is an instruction to the interpreter to understand that you're going to pass dynamic variables to be printed out in the string. Okay. Now I am going to call this function again. Say student name, say, say, women. And say Omendu has 3 papers, physiology, and say it's out of 50. So Omendu has got, say, 45. Omendu has got stats. Perry has got 50. And Omendu has got, say, analytics. Where Omendu has got, say, 30. Let's see what happens now. Got it? And suppose one more student, suppose Srini has got all these papers plus one more, which is, say, operations research, OR, operations research, which she has got, say, 45. Yeah, correct, Yashasvi. Good observation. I will come to that, okay? But are you clear till this point? Nikita, let them get it. No, what's the problem? They can get the same marks. How are you inputting subjects without? Good question. Yes, Sudhakar, I will repeat again. Right, Harshit, and who asked this also? Somebody else also asked me. Yashasvi. Right. So this is the format of it. In KWRs, you don't need to give the strings. If you give the strings, you will get an issue. Let me show you. So it treats it by default as a key. So it takes it. Understand? Cannot contain assignment. So it's an assignment. So that is why I didn't give the quotes. Sudhakar, what I told till now is that when you have to pass variable arguments, which you don't know how many arguments needed to be passed, when you're defining the function, that time there are 2 ways to do it. One is called as arguments, args, variable args, star. It is with a star. So it tells the interpreter that the user is going to pass a series of variable values at runtime. Okay, the second one is known as a keyword variable arguments, or KW args, which contains 2 stars, star. Tells the interpreter that there will be a hashed key value pair coming in, just like a dictionary. Got it? Harshit, I will give. Just hold on. No, Manjunath, here you can't use dictionary. It's not a dictionary, remember. It's a KW args. Keyword variable arguments, it works like a dictionary. Actually, internally, a dictionary is being passed by Python, but you can't define it as a dictionary. You have to pass it in this format. Yeah, Vrushali, I'm passing it. I'm telling you again. Janhavi, I think I have answered the same question what you have asked. Can you give a quick question for practice for this one? Yeah, guys, what you can do is, okay, I will explain this again and then you can write develop a small program for this. So, who asked this question? Yes, correct. Yashasvi. KW arcs is in C also. That's why I say these features are already existing. Okay. Yeah, Vrushali, star arcs. Look, Vrushali, it is when you have to pass variable arguments in the form of a key and value, like a subject and the marks of a student, the roll number and the attendance, etc., etc. Okay, so that time you use this star, and internally when you use this, okay, when these values are being passed, they come as a dictionary. So it's for you, it's like you loop through the dictionary, pull out the key value pair and then manipulate the data. Got it? Yeah, Roshni, in pointer, that's double pointer. That's different. This is not a double pointer. This is a keyword argument. No, Roshni, that's different again, as I'm saying. Yeah, Nikhil, this is the dynamic. It means it tells the interpreter this will be dynamic. You're correct. Okay. Abhinaya, can you please? Attendance link is being sent. Okay. Now then what you do, you guys write a piece of code which takes a teacher number, teacher name, and the subjects that this teacher takes. Okay. Okay, print it out. Say suppose teacher Mr. say A, and Mr. A takes say maths, chemistry, and basic metallurgy. Okay, and also what is the minimum attendance for the students in each of these papers? You pass that as a keyword KW args and print it out. Fair enough? Good enough? Can you try it? No, here, Wish, it's not a question of primary key, secondary key now. It's just what I'm telling you is keyword arguments. Yeah, so what I'm telling you is write a function which will print out, write a function to print out a teacher name, the subject or subjects, that is with it, the teacher teaches, and the minimum attendance percentage of these subjects. To give you an example, say teacher A, subject is say maths, and minimum percentage is 75. Stats, the minimum percentage is 80. Likewise, okay? Come on. Come on, write this program quick. I have few more topics to finish today. Please be there. Finish these topics. Have some more patience. I'm giving you a minute more. Finish it. If not, you carry this back as a homework. That's also fine. Rishikesh, you need to use this keyword variable arguments, okay? Chalo, I will move on to the next topic. You can finish, take this back as your homework and finish it, okay? Chalo. Now we come to something very interesting called as lambda function. Yes? I told you something at the beginning of function, that function has to have a name. So now I'm telling you, it may not have a name. Okay. So such functions which may not have a name are known as anonymous or lambda functions. What are anonymous functions? Let's have a look at it. So an anonymous function starts with something called as a lambda keyword, lambda. This tells the interpreter that the function doesn't have a name, it is anonymous. The lambda function will take 2 inputs or 1 input or 3 inputs and return an output. Let's take that. We have to sum up 2 numbers, n1, n2. This is the definition of the lambda function. Now I call it a3, comma 2. So what is a? It's a lambda function, or basically a function without a name. Okay. So the lambda keyword says that the function doesn't have a name and the input arguments give in are used to pass the arguments to the function, and then colon, then it says that return the output to the function. So this is how the lambda function actually looks. Syntax is like this. Okay. It's got as a lambda arg1, comma arg2, and then the expression. Okay, got it? Harshit, you don't need to use a KWArg in lambda because lambda functions are actually designed for very small tasks. Whenever there's a KWArgs, you need to actually go through that loop, pull it out and all. So better not to use that. Understand its usability. Lambda functions are used for very small one-liner sort of expressions. Okay, so now if you've understood this, what I will ask you to do is quickly share. Look at my screen. Write a lambda function to calculate the area of a circle. What is the area of a circle, by the way? It is pi into r raised square. Pi being, you can take 3.142, right? Yeah. Chalo, come on. Also, guys, what you can start doing now is you can start sharing the two programs that you had written as a part of the assignment. Okay, yes, Jayant, good. No assignment, Radhika ji. Yeah. Manjunath, what is this? Need to write the assignment name also. So I won't understand what you have done. Okay. Please write the assignment name and paste all of it together. Right, Vigneshwar? Pi equals to. Now you don't need to pass pi as an argument. Pi is a constant, no? Okay, fine. Okay, Manjunath, fine. Good. Okay, 1 minute. Then I stop the class for today. I will discuss your doubts, the assignments that I had given, and I will give you further assignments for today. So Monday when we meet again, you will have assignments to show me. Harshit. Quickly. So yeah, some of you wanted to understand what exactly are the actual real life usages, lists, tuples, dictionaries. You want to visualize it, which is very good. So I will show you an actual piece of code. I think I had shown you before also. I'll try to show you which is used for gathering sensor data. Harshit, don't use that pi as an input. That's what I'm saying, that please pass pi as a, use it as a constant inside the function. Don't pass it as an input. Vigneshwar, these assignments I'm giving you separately. These are not part of your LMS. Okay. So yeah, Roshni, and who asked me? Who asked me? So do you see Roshni over here? Here I'm making use of a multi-list. Okay, sorry, not a multi-list. It's actually a dictionary structure with multiple key values. Okay, so I read a JSON file and I convert it into a dictionary, and then I work with the dictionary. See, I am updating the dictionary with my alarm statuses and all. So that's a very practical, real life example, as real as it can get, of a dictionary. I have not used lists here as such, but see, these are all dictionaries. It's checking a sensor status of temperature, humidity, etc., etc. Yeah, got it. So do you now get the practical understanding of how a dictionary is used when you write a code? The real life example. This is as real as it can get. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Xenia, yeah. Correct. Okay, Janhavi, what are you writing? Yeah, good, Janhavi. Very good. Yeah. Janhavi, why don't you directly use the exponentiation operator instead of doing a into a again? 3.14 into a exponentiation 2. That will be even shorter. Okay, so now about the assignments that I had given, I see that most of you have done it correctly. Anybody who's not been able to do it? I think you shared your code with me. Who shared his code? Manjunath, I think you shared. Okay, let me see Manjunath. Yeah. See, Manjunath has shared his code with me. I'm pasting it here for everybody's reference. I'm sure most of you would have also worked in the same way. Okay. So if any, what Manjunath is saying is something like this. So he's saying a equals to 1, while 1 means basically true. So he has initialized the value of the identifier a, and he's saying print a. He is putting a condition: if a is equals to 10, then what? You break out, which is correct. Then what? He is going on increasing the object a. Okay, so you see a was 1, and while 1 would have been an infinite loop, but he inserted a break over here, and whenever a certain threshold was reached, in this case a became equal to 10, so you broke off the loop and ended it. Okay, so this is how you can terminate it. And the other one I think we had already discussed yesterday, so I'm not going to it anymore. Okay. Amruta is asking me if I can explain lecture in Hindi. Amruta, the problem becomes there are many people who don't understand Hindi. Still, I will try to put in a bit of Hindi now and then, okay? There are people who don't understand Hindi, they will feel left out. Any other question? So how comfortable are you? Today is the day 5. We are about nearly 70% is done. So how comfortable are you all? Are you liking it? Are you loving Python? Are you loving programming in general? Those of you who are still students, do you think you can take it up as your profession? Okay, loving it. Very good. Thank you. Oh, good. Rishali says, yes, I love programming. Good, Aman. Yes. Okay. Love programming, it will love you back. I always say this to my students. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Very nice, Datta. Okay. Today's session. Thanks, Roshni. Okay. So now, what are the next things you should do to take your programming to the next level? Okay. As I say, not complete everything, much as I would love to. There are a few things that you need to start doing. You need to read data science, Python related material more and more. So one very good website is medium.com. Okay. Medium.com. Make a note, please. Another is realpython.com. So they have lots of examples, applications, users, etc. on Python, on data science, on AI/ML. So start going through these. Got it? Yeah? Okay. Made a note? Everybody made a note? Great. Yeah. So now that you have done this, you also need to start actually programming more in a more, what to say, in a more complex, with more complex scenarios. So I'm giving you 2 site names. One is Hacker Rank and the other is called, one second. What the name of the sites? Code Wars. Okay. Code Wars. Code Wars. Also, this site is very good. Free Code Camp. Do refer it. Free Code Camp. You will get lots of tidbit information, etc., etc. Okay, for programming. Please make a note of these two also. Yes, W3 Schools is also very good. Supriya, correct. Khatija, AI/ML, it is artificial intelligence, machine learning. Brutally, there's effectively no difference between core Python and advanced Python. It only means you have some more topics in Python. Okay, Zenia asks me a very good question. I would like to share it with you. She asks me, sir, how did you learn Python? Zenia is asking me. I will tell you, this might also inspire you to actually take up programming. First, I will tell you your assignments now. For your assignments, you will have to understand these 3 functions: inbuilt function, map, filter, reduce. It's there in your material also in the part 2. The slides that are there, you can check there. You need to understand it and program out each of these 3 variables, 3 functions. Okay. Next is, you need to understand what is the difference between a local variable and global variable in Python function. Okay. Assignment 2. Assignment 3. Read the concept and understand what namespaces. Okay, so this is the effort that I expect from your side. Amar, please share this with people. I'm sharing here. Please share this with people on YouTube.
Oh, yes, I'm sharing that. Please share.
Okay. These are the assignments for which next class. What is the next class on 11, 12, 13, 14? At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, you will awake to these 3 assignments and finish them. Vedant asks, okay, Vedant, that's interesting, where we can ask, learn hacking. Vedant, I remember Ankit Fadia, he had brought in this Ankit Fadia, I think I'm getting his name correctly, ethical hacking. You can refer his books, still must be there. Okay. Now, Zaini asked me that question, where and how did I pick up Python programming? See, I will tell you, my journey has been like this. As I said that I started my career as a programmer. So I used to work with C programming mainly. It was a version called as Pro C. Then what happened is slowly, I moved on. I started working on things like shell scripting, Oracle, PL SQL. Okay, I was very good with those. Then with also Perl. At that time, there was a scripting language called Perl back in the early 2000s, around those times, early to mid 2000s. So then what happened over time, maybe 5-6 years in my career, I wanted to shift and actually move into project management. I felt that I have had a view of programming. I had worked as a business analyst. I was a domain expert in telecom. So I felt that I should move on to project management, which is the next logical evolution for me. So I moved on in that role. Now what happened, I eventually felt over time that I only get a very high level picture of the stuff. A programmer can come and tell me whatever the programmer wants, and I have to believe him or her. Yeah. Not to say that the programmer is cheating me, but maybe I am not getting the programmer's perspective properly. So with that logic, and then I also felt that I'm getting stuck. So I took up a course to learn IoT, and that's where I got a very good teacher, Mr. Shafi Patel. I had some brilliant teacher. So from sir, I learned also a bit of Python. So it was again like I was going hands-on. So at that time, I felt that this was what was lacking. That although I had given up programming had never given me up. So I took up programming again. And what did I do is that to be in touch with it, because in my role in the level that I had moved up to, I actually didn't need to code. Okay, as you see, there are people who code and then program managers manage the entire programs project. But then to keep in touch, I started teaching. And that is how when you teach something, you get more experience there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't teach database like SQL, Oracle. Okay. Sania, who is my inspiration? For programming, this guy, this person, you should check him up. His name is, I will tell you, I forgot. This guy's name is, just give me a minute. I suggest you actually visit YouTube and hear him out on TED. You know what is TED? TED, TEDx. This guy is the. Hey, Amar, sorry, 2-3 minutes more and I'm done. I understand you're also waiting to address
Yeah,
them.
no
I will
problem. You can
resist
take it.
Okay. Yeah. So Tanmay Bakshi. Okay, I'm just showing you his picture. This guy, he is really an inspiration he is a small boy. I think now he must be 13 or 14 years age. But this person started programming when he was 5 years old. He took programming as a hobby, actually as a toy. And that's what I tell all of my students, that think of programming as something that takes your mind off from your problems. Okay, so definitely you can use programming very much as a hobby, as a therapeutic tool also. Yeah, so Tanmay Bakshi, hear him out on TEDx. TEDx talks, yes, good, correct. TED talks, TEDx. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for hearing me out patiently, though we have run out of time today and waiting and hearing. I have knowledge about Python. One last question. Okay, I will take Datta's question, but a point everyone. Datta, don't worry. I will tell you one thing. Okay, so Datta is asking me a question. Sir, I'm in last year of my engineering. I have knowledge about Python and I'm doing DSA in Python, but point everyone is suggesting me to do DSA in Java. Otherwise, I will not get any placement. All these are actually loose talk. If you are good with something, there are people waiting there who need you. Okay. And DSA, by the way, is more popular in Python. I don't know Java, what they are doing in DSA, but Python, definitely Python is the most preferred language for DSA any day. Okay. So what you are learning, learn it well. Learn it, excel in it. बेटा कामयाब बनो, काबिल बनो, कामयाबी झक मार के पीछे आ जाएगा. That was a dialogue from 3 Idiots. That movie actually was very good. Excel in whatever you're doing, whatever thing you do, excel in it. Okay, so Priya, one quick question. Python supports pointer. So Priya, Python does all those things internally because Python is built over C, as I told you. So you don't have to use pointers and all those things here in Python. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you then. Okay, thank you so much, Zenia. So kind of you to say that. Okay, good night, everybody. I hope I have not missed out anybody today. Again, if I have missed out, it's inadvertently because many questions keep coming. Don't mind, okay? Yeah, thanks. Good night. Yeah, bye. We meet again on Monday, fresh for another very interesting session. Meet you on Monday. Please don't forget the assignments. Okay, bye, Ravati. Bye, Sharishma. Yes, Saman, good night. Yeah, Nikita, thank you. Aman, Amar, over to you, please. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
sure. Thank you so much. So guys, if you have any query or question, just drop in the chat box. We'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll wind up. It's already 8:20. YouTube peoples, it's useful class. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Sir, is any app for practice? Okay, this is not for me.
App for practice, I give Hacker Rank. Can refer Hacker Rank or Code Wars. Can start actually looking into all those. That may appear to be a bit tough, but do take it up.
Yes, there is one more question from Manjunatha. For me, no session tomorrow and Sunday. Yes, so there is no any session on weekends. So we have sessions on weekdays only, Monday to Friday, 2 hours per day. Clear? Anything else, guys? Meet you Monday, sir. Bye. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys, then thank you once again for joining the session. Keep practicing, do your assignment on Saturday, Sunday, and we'll meet you on Monday again.